The Launch Club can confirm that a 57 years old Nigerian medical doctor who holds a UK and Nigerian passport could be spending up to 25 years in jail if he is found guilty for what he has been accused of. There's an old saying in Nigeria that thunder doesn't strike twice. It looks like thunder has struck twice for our brother Dr. Femi. Dr. Femi is a medical doctor who practiced in the UK. He was a medical doctor but practiced in the UK, and this man, he was actually found guilty for similar offense in Lagos in Nigeria. He was then sentenced to life imprisonment before he now found himself in the UK. This is very, very interesting story. Sit back as we drill into this story. I want to quickly apologize to one of my colleagues. I think the colleagues put a message on my chat saying next time stick to time. Thank you for the feedback. I would endeavor to do better next time. So Dr. Femi and his wife, they were married in Lagos, Nigeria, and they were doing very well. They had a conversation about having the wife's niece coming to help them. I'm just giving you the story of what happened in Nigeria before this doctor was last week arrested in the UK. So the doctor and the wife, they agreed for the wife's niece to come and live with them. When the wife's niece was living with them, the wife later suspected that whenever she goes to sleep, she falls deeply asleep at night and she doesn't get up. And she did not suspect that anything was right. She thought it was okay. One time, the niece then decided to open up to her auntie and say, Auntie, the doctor, your husband, has been giving me pornographic video to watch. And the doctor has been having sex with me. Meanwhile, this girl that is telling the aunt, she's only 15 years. The aunt was like, Egbamio, are you serious? They said, yes. Auntie, this has been happening for 2 years. Between November 2019 and 2021, the doctor has been doing something that he shouldn't be doing because I'm a child. The woman was appalled. She then encouraged the girl to report the matter to the Lagos State Police, and the police swung into action. The girl said, Uncle started this thing by giving me porn video to watch with him, and me and Uncle, we normally do this thing in part of the house where there is no CCTV camera. There's CCTV camera all over the house, but Uncle always take me to one spot where there's no CCTV camera. When the wife then reported the matter to the police started swung into action. They then discovered later that Uncle Femi has been giving his wife medication. He gives his wife medication like aspirin and Phenergal at night so that the wife will fall deeply asleep and not knowing what was going on in the house. And the woman was shouting, what? The man that I thought I loved can do this kind of thing to me? God. When the case went to court in Nigeria, the police in Lagos said they would make sure that this man gets conviction, and if he's convicted, they will ask for him to spend the rest of his life in jail. And the police in Lagos, they successfully get conviction. Dr. Femi's wife, who testified in court, The woman's name is Aderemi Oluleye. The woman testified and said, meanwhile, whilst all this thing was going on, Femi said the wife was putting pressure on him for him to transfer ownership of the house that he owned to the woman. And he said, no, he's not going to do it. When Femi was then found guilty, the judge sentenced him to life in prison and said, you will spend the rest of your life in prison because you have done something that is appalling. You were doing these things to an underage that was entrusted to you and your wife, and you were giving your wife medication so that she will fall asleep, snoring, whilst you're carrying out your evil deed. The judge in Lagos found Femi guilty in October 2023, just 2 years ago. Femi said, no, I am innocent. I don't believe this is miscarriage of justice. Femi then proceeded to the higher court, and he appealed, and the conviction of the lower court was quashed in November 2024. Meanwhile, Femi was sentenced initially in October 2023 in Lagos. Everything happened in Lagos. The wife was livid. This happened despite the time. Meanwhile, as part of the evidence that Lagos state government used to successfully convicting Dr. Oluleye was that they had medical examination of Femi's wife's niece private part, and it showed that there was penetration. And even the driver that drives Femi and his wife said, madam, one day I saw this young girl that lives with you, she was vomiting sperm. The woman said, why did you not tell me? She said, madam, I can't tell you because I don't want to lose my job. So you said, madam, I suspected. But the woman was shocked. There was evidence, but Femi successfully get the case quashed and said the evidence that was presented was tainted and unreliable. Femi thought everything was fine. Femi then got on the plane. On the 27th of November, he flew to UK. Meanwhile, Femi, before he returned back to Nigeria, he worked in UK. He was working as a medical doctor in UK, in Medway and Kent. He was working around Dartford and Kent area as an ostentative gynecologist in Kent. That was in between May 2004 to 2007. He was working and he held a British passport. So after this conviction last year was quashed, Femi said, you know what? I've had enough of Nigeria. Molosi Ilu Ibo. Let me go and restart my life again. Femi get on the plane and he flew to the UK. What Femi didn't know was that when he was battling in Nigeria, women have come forward and the police were keeping an eye on the case that was happening in Nigeria. As soon as they knew that the conviction has been quashed, they were hoping that hopefully Femi would come to Nigeria, come to the UK. If he doesn't come, maybe they would ask the Nigerian authority. As soon as Femi landed in Gatwick, he was picked up and the police told him that they arrested him on the 27th and they remanded him. And Femi case started unraveling. A woman came forward and said Femi recorded her. He's been charged for 3 counts of three sexually offensive charges. One of the women that came forward that said Femi recorded her. She had something with Femi. She had an affair with Femi. Femi recorded her without her consent. This is one of the lowest charge that the police have charged him for. The woman said Femi recorded her. She had the affair without telling the husband. She wanted to have a quickie with Femi because she said she was in a relationship, wasn't happy. She needed to spice things up, and she met Femi. Femi recorded her and started posting the video. And the husband later found out that the thing destroyed her relationship. And the woman went forward to the police, and other people came forward. And the police have now said they are not going to bail Femi. He's going to go to court in January next month. And Femi, he is now, they now said, police said they are not going to release him because it's flight risk. Meanwhile, when Femi was acquitted, he wrote a book. And in that book, he described himself as a survivor. He said the wife made all these things to try bring him down and destroy his book. He has written 4 books about his experience, and he's been traveling around the world trying to tell people about what you need to look out for in relationship. But the police in the UK now have said, look, we are going to take this matter to court. And the guy, Femi, now, if he is found guilty for the counts of that he's been charged for, he could be spending up to 27 years, 25 years in prison. Meanwhile, Femi before was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. This is one of Femi's book. He talked about believer's handbook, where he was talking about the life of a Christian, how Christians should behave. And people are now saying that this man, that he did some very horrible things to his wife's niece in Nigeria, who was only 15 at the time. And also he was giving his wife medication so his wife can fall asleep while he carries out heinous crime. And what is your view about this? Do you think that we have to be careful? Because Femi, there's a presumption of innocence until proven guilty in the court of law. So he still continues to maintain his innocence, that he's innocent of this charge, but the charges in Nigeria is similar or consistent with the charges in the UK. So a lot of people are saying that this man is really innocent. Why is it that in Nigeria, people are also saying that it's possible that a lot of women, he's done similar things to a lot of women in Nigeria out of shame. The women, they don't want to come out of shame. They don't want to come out because they know that they will be laughed upon because of what has happened. What is your view about this? Do you have any sympathy for Femi? Mind you, the victim in this case are the innocent. The victim here, there is a 15-year-old girl who was violated when she was very young. There's a wife who was given medication. You don't know the side effect that this medication would have caused to the wife because of this man wanting to carry out what he carried out in Nigeria, despite the fact that he was found not, the commission was later quashed. People are saying that there's man, no man, things exchange, and that was why he was able to quash the commission. What is your view? Do you have sympathy for the victims or and Femi himself? Let me know what your views are in the comment section. They say thunder doesn't spark twice. But for our brother Dr. Lai, thunder has struck twice. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe to